सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नमः श्रीशङ्करानन्द गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलासमहामोह ग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे श्लोक 53 onwards. इत्थं वाक्यैस्तदर्थानु सन्धानं श्रवणं भवेत् युक्त्या सम्भावितत्वानु सन्धानं मननं तु तत् ताभ्यां निर्विचिकित्सेऽर्थे चेतसस्थापितस्य यत् एकतानत्वमेतद्धि निदिध्यासनमुच्यते। ध्यातृध्याने परित्यज्य क्रमाध्येयैकगोचरम् निवातदीपवच्चित्तम् समाधिरभिधीयते। वृत्तयस्तु तदानीम ज्ञाता अप्यात्मगोचराः स्मरणादनुमीयन्ते व्युत्थितस्य समुत्थितात् वृत्तीनामनुवृत्तिस्तु प्रयत्नात् प्रथमादपि अदृष्टा सकृदभ्यास संस्कारसचिवाद्भवेत्। यथा दीपो निवातस्थः इत्यादिभिरनेकधा भगवानिममेवार्थम् अर्जुनाय न्यरूपयत्। अनादाविह संसारे सञ्चिताः कर्मकोटयः अनेन विलयं यान्ति शुद्ध शुद्धो धर्मो विवर्धते धर्ममेघमिमं प्राहुः समाधियोगवित्तमाः वर्षत्येष यतो धर्मा मृतधाराः सहस्रशः अमुना वासना जाले निःशेषं प्रविलापिते समूलोन्मूलिते पुण्य पापाख्ये कर्म संचये वाक्यमप्रतिबद्धं सत् प्राक्परोक्षावभासिते करामलकवद्बोधम् अपरोक्षं प्रसूयते The knowledge of Brahman, Brahmajnana, happens in two stages. This is one way of understanding. In the first stage, it is paroksha jnana. Paroksha jnana. And later on, it becomes aparoksha jnana. Paroksha jnana means the knowledge is there, but it is not available. It is like putting sugar to coffee. You have made coffee, and you have put sugar also. So after putting sugar, you give it to me, coffee, and I ask you, have you put sugar? You say yes, and I start sipping. I am not feeling the sweet. Then I ask once again, have you really put sugar? You say, yes, I have put sugar, but I am not feeling the sweet. What is the problem? Sugar is there, but it is not stirred. In the same manner, after Shravana and Manana, you have Jnana. You have the self-knowledge. You know I am Brahman. But the knowledge is obstructed. There is pratibandha. What is the pratibandha? Viparita bhavanas. The habitual ways of thinking. the habitual thought patterns. It acts as a pratibandha. That is why, even though there is jnana, it is not available to you. You are not able to feel the taste of jnana. The knowledge is not yielding its result. Then, through the process of nididhyasana, the paroksha jnana becomes aparoksha jnana. Aparoksha jnana means the knowledge becomes more and more available to you. To begin with, when you are sitting in meditation or when you are attending the Vedanta class, you know you are Brahman. But as soon as you get up, the Brahman goes away from you. You are the same old Jiva. This is paroksha jnana. But then, as a result of nididhyasana, the knowledge becomes effortlessly available. Aham brahmasmi, I am Brahman. This becomes a reality for you. Even during transaction, the jnana becomes available. You don't lose sight of the knowledge. Just like you don't lose sight of your name. In the beginning, when a name was given to us, we were not used to that name as children, as kids. But then slowly they are taught, this is your name. If somebody asks your name, you should tell this. That is how we got used to the identity, our name. So even when somebody wakes up, at midnight, somebody wakes us up and asks your name, what is your name? You don't make a mistake. Without any effort, you tell your name. You don't have to look into smartphone to tell your name. What is your name? I will look, just a minute, I will look into the smartphone and say. It doesn't happen. In the same manner, Aham Brahmasmi also becomes easily and spontaneously available. Then it is called aparoksha jnana. See the verse. Vakyam apratibaddham sat. The Vakya, the Mahavakya, what produces jnana? the Mahavakya. Brahmajnana is a result of, is produced by Mahavakya. Mahavakya is the Pramana. Therefore, the Vakyam, Tattvamasyadi Vakyam, it produces knowledge. It generates knowledge. When we study it, when we hear it, when we analyze it. But initially, it was pratibadha. There were obstacles. That is why the Vakya could not produce aparoksha jnana. It could produce only paroksha jnana. Therefore, prak parokshava. Initially, prak means before doing nididhyasana. The Vakya produced paroksha jnana. But apratibadham sat, when the pratibandhas are removed, when the obstacles are removed, when the viparita bhavana is removed by means of nididhyasana, then Karamalakavat aparoksham bodham prasuyate. The Vakya generates aparoksha jnana. The Vakya which earlier produced paroksha jnana now gives rise to aparoksha jnana. The author gives an example to aparoksha jnana. Karamalakavat. Amalaka, a gooseberry, amla, in hand. Like a gooseberry in hand. Gooseberry in hand means it is easily available. It is in hand. If it is in hand, any time you can eat it. When you want, you can eat. But suppose the gooseberry is in the tree. You cannot eat as and when you want. There is a process. You have to go, climb, pluck it, bring it down, wash it and then eat. But if the gooseberry is in hand, any time you can put into mouth. That means you are able to enjoy the result of having the jnana. Such jnana is aparoksha jnana. And when you have aparoksha jnana, you enjoy the result of jnana in the form of jivan mukti. You enjoy moksha, freedom from sorrow, freedom from the sense of lacking, freedom from insecurity, and you feel an absolute fulfillment within yourself. Atmanyev atmana tushtaha. A jnani is happy in himself because he has understood that his own swarupa, is Paramananda. This result can be enjoyed while being alive. You don't have to wait for death. The more you assimilate the jnana, the more you will start enjoying the result. In fact, when does paroksha jnana become aparoksha jnana? Is there a single turning point? There is no single turning point. The more you do nididhyasana, paroksha jnana slowly becomes more and more aparoksha. It is like stirring. The stirring example is very useful. There is sugar underneath, no taste. But as you stir the sugar, 1 round, 2 round, a little of the sugar mixes in the tea. Then it starts tasting a little sweeter. You stir it more, it will become even sweeter. In the same manner, the more you do nididhyasana, the jnana becomes more and more easily available. And you start getting the result of the knowledge more and more. So, aparoksham prasuyate. The jnana gives rise to aparoksha jnana. And when you have the aparoksha jnana, you are mukta. You have received moksha. You have attained moksha. (63) Paroksham Brahma Vijnanam Shabdam Deshika Purvakam Buddhi Purvakritam Papam Kritsnandahati Vanhivat. Paroksha jnana and aparoksha jnana. Aparoksha jnana gives moksha. Then what about paroksha jnana? Is paroksha jnana useless? It is not useless. Initially one should have paroksha jnana. Only then in due course of time it fructifies into aparoksha jnana. Therefore, the author glorifies even the paroksha jnana. Even paroksha jnana is great. Do not underestimate paroksha jnana also. In order to glorify paroksha jnana, the author states the result of paroksha jnana. What happens if you have paroksha jnana? Paroksham Brahma Vijnanam. The paroksha Brahma jnana. Even the paroksha jnana is a shabdam deshika purvakam. Shabdam. Shabdam means it is attained through Shabda Pramana. Upanishad Vakya, Vedanta Vakya, it is in the form of Shabda, a body of words, a body of literature. And the Shabda is Pramana, it is the means of knowledge. Therefore, Vidyaranya calls it Shabdam Brahma Vijnana. It is Shabda, it is attained through Shabda Pramana. Deshika Purvakam. And the Shabda can produce the Jnana only if it is taught by an Acharya. Deshika means Acharya. With the help of Acharya alone, one attains Brahmajnana, even the Paroksha Jnana. What does this Paroksha Jnana do? The Paroksha Jnana destroys all papas that we have done deliberately, knowingly. Buddhi purva kritam papam. Buddhi purva krita means the papas that are knowingly done. The mistakes that were knowingly done. The adharma that was done knowingly is called buddhi purva krita papa. Kritsnam, all such papas, vanhivad dahati, it burns. Even the paroksha jnana burns. Vanhivat, like fire. Just like the fire burns the fuel, paroksha jnana burns all the papas that were knowingly done. Therefore, even paroksha jnana has that much power. Then no wonder about the power of aparoksha jnana. So what does aparoksha jnana do? Next shloka. Aparokshatma vijnanam shabdan deshika purvakam samsara karana jnana tamasaschanda bhaskaraha. Aparokshatma vijnanam, the aparoksha jnana. Even the aparoksha jnana is a shabdam. It is also produced by Shabda Pramana, Vedanta Vakya. So why Vidyaranya clarifies, even aparoksha jnana is a shabda. It is also produced by Vedanta Vakya. By stating this, Vidyaranya is clearing a misconception. There is a misconception that Shabda can produce only Paroksha Jnana. The Aparoksha Jnana is produced by meditation. Some people think so. First you get Paroksha Jnana from Shabda Pramana. Then you do meditation, attain samadhi, and in samadhi you get aparoksha jnana, direct knowledge. So some people think so, but Vidyaranya says it is not true. Even the aparoksha jnana is produced by Shabda Pramana only. Vedanta Vakya alone produces aparoksha jnana also. Then what does the meditation do? What does the nididhyasana do? Nididhyasana is not producing a jnana. What does nididhyasana do? Nididhyasana removes the impediments. Nididhyasana is useful only for removing the obstacle. It does not produce a new jnana. Whether it is nididhyasana or samadhi or meditation, it is useful only for removing the obstacle. The jnana is produced by pramana only. Any knowledge is produced by a pramana, a means of knowledge. And it is true with paroksha jnana and aparoksha jnana as well. Even aparoksha jnana is a shabdam. Only Mahavakya produces aparoksha jnana. And it is deshika purvakam. You get it from a guru. The Vedanta Vakya taught by a guru generates aparoksha jnana. So this aparoksha jnana, what does it do? Samsara karana jnana tamasaha chanda bhaskaraha. Aparoksha jnana is like a chanda bhaskara, a brilliant sun, a radiant sun. When there is a brilliant sun, it removes all darkness. The sun removes all darkness. In the same manner, the aparoksha jnana destroys the samsara karana ajnana, destroys the ajnana, ignorance, which is the samsara karana, which is the cause of samsara. Samsara karana ajnana tamasaha. Ajnana is like a darkness. Ajnana tamas. And the ajnana causes samsara. Samsara is only because of ajnana. That means there is no real samsara. As long as there is ajnana, as long as there is ignorance, there is samsara. Chanda bhaskaraha, aparoksha jnana acts as a sun. Means it destroys the ajnana completely. And once the ajnana is destroyed, it cannot come back. Anything else can come back. Ajnana cannot come back once again. Therefore, once you get aparoksha jnana, no more samsara. Last and final shloka. Last but not the least. Itthan tattva vivekam vidhaya vidhivan manas samadhaya vigalita samsriti bandhaha prapnoti param padannaro nachirat. This is a conclusion. Itham tattva vivekam vidhaya. Itham, in this manner, as described in this prakarana. Tattva vivekam vidhaya. Having done tattva viveka, having understood the truth, vidhivan manas samadhaya. Vidhivat, properly, in accordance with the Shastra, following the Shastra. Manas samadhaya, focusing the mind, means by doing nididhyasana. And attaining the aparoksha jnana. What happens? What is the phala? Vigalita samsriti bandhaha naraha nachirat. Vigalita samsriti bandhaha nachirat. After jnana, how long does it how long does it take to get moksha? No time lapse. There is no time lapse between jnana and moksha. As soon as you get jnana, you start enjoying the moksha, enjoying the result as a Jivan Mukta. The life will continue even after jnana. The life will continue as long as there is prarabdha karma. But despite the continuation of the body, you have clearly understood, you are clearly aware that you are not the body, you are not the jiva, you are not the samsari, you are the Brahman who is one without a second. Therefore, Immediately after jnana, vigalita samsrati bandhaha, the samsara bandhana, the bondage of samsara is destroyed. Vigalita samsrati bandhaha. There is no more bondage of samsara. You no longer identify as a limited being. Therefore, there is no more samsara. Param padam prapnoti. This jnani attains param padam, the ultimate goal called moksha, Brahman. So while being alive, he enjoys moksha. He is satisfied in himself. In Bhagavad Gita, you will find a lot of description of the characteristics of a Jivan Mukta, a jnani who still continues to live, but he enjoys the moksha. Right from chapter 2, you will find the descriptions of Jivan Mukta. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan parthamanogatan atmanyevatmana tushtaha sthita prajnastadochyate. He is free from all desires. Sarvan manogatan kaman prajahati. He is free from all desires. And atmanyevatmana tushtaha. He finds the happiness in himself. He finds the satisfaction in himself. Vitaraga bhayakrodhaha. He is free from raga, free from attachment, free from insecurity, free from hatred. So there are many such descriptions of a Jivan Mukta. You can find these descriptions all over Gita. Nitya tripto nirashayah. He is always tripta, always satisfied. And nirashayah. He does not depend on anyone or anything for his support, for his emotional support. Nirashayah. So such descriptions are there. So he becomes a Jivan Mukta. And his body continues to live until there is prarabdha karma. When the prarabdha karma gets exhausted, he gets videha mukti. He is free from the body. No more janma, no more birth for a jnani. The Shruti itself says that there is no more birth for a jnani. Tasya tavadeva chiram yavanna vimoksheta sampatsye. A jnani, for videha mukti, he has to wait only until the prarabdha karma is exhausted, only until this body falls. Then there is no more janma. He is free from the localized individual experience, and he remains as Brahman himself. Sayoha vai tat paramam brahma veda brahmaiva bhavati. One who has known the Brahman, he remains as Brahman only. He is nothing other than Brahman. In fact, even now all of you are Brahman. But what is the problem? There is ajnana. Because of ajnana, we think we are not Brahman. That is why, in the beginning, how Vidyaranya developed Prakriya. What makes us Jiva? Avidya. That is why avidya is called Karana Sharira. Because it is the Karana that makes us Jiva. So, avidya upadhi makes us Jiva. When the avidya is not there, you are no longer Jiva, you are Brahman. Therefore, with the aparoksha jnana, all the ajnana is destroyed. Avidya is destroyed, and he remains as Brahman alone. There is nothing to keep him away from Brahman. There is nothing to keep him away from his true identity. With this, the text is completed. Tattva Viveka Prakarana is completed. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.